through the Bible. We are listening to the stories of Jesus' death, resurrection, and ascension. Our story for today is titled Jesus on Trial Before Herod and Pilate. Early in the morning, the chief priests and elders bound Jesus and took him to Pilate, the Roman governor. "Are you the king of the Jews?" Pilate demanded. "You have said so," Jesus replied. The chief priests and elders made accusations that Jesus claimed to be king of the Jews and was leading a rebellion. Jesus remained quiet, and this amazed Pilate. "Don't you hear the accusations they are bringing against you?" Pilate asked Jesus. Then he announced to the chief priests and crowd, "I find no basis for a charge against this man." But they insisted, "He stirs up the people all over Judea by his teaching. He started in Galilee and has come all the way here." On hearing that Jesus was from Galilee, the region ruled by Herod Antipas, Pilate, knowing that Herod was in Jerusalem for the feast, sent Jesus to be questioned by him. Herod was pleased to meet Jesus, as he had heard a lot about him, and demanded that Jesus perform a miracle. Jesus did not respond. The chief priests and elders stood there making accusations against Jesus. Jesus kept quiet. Then Herod mockingly dressed Jesus in a royal robe and put a crown of thorns on his head. Herod's soldiers ridiculed and hit Jesus. Herod then sent Jesus back to Pilate. That day, Pilate and Herod became friends. Previously, they had been enemies. Pilate summoned Jesus and asked, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus replied, "My kingdom is not of this world. If it were, my servants would fight to prevent my arrest." "So you are a king then," said Pilate. "The reason I was born and came into the world is to testify to the truth," Jesus answered. Pilate addressed the chief priests and rulers of the people. "I do not find this man guilty of the charges you bring against him. Herod has done the same and found no basis for your accusations. I am going to punish him and then release him." But the chief priests and elders incited the crowd to shout, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" While this was going on, Pilate's wife sent him a message. "Don't have anything to do with that innocent man, for I have suffered a great deal in a dream because of him." It was the custom for a prisoner to be released at the Passover feast. So Pilate asked the crowd, "Who do you want released, Barabbas or Jesus?" Barabbas had been imprisoned for leading a rebellion and for murder. "Barabbas," they shouted back. "What shall I do with Jesus, who is called the Messiah?" Pilate asked. "Crucify him," came the reply. Pilate could see the crowd was getting out of control. He washed his hands in front of them and declared, "I am innocent of this man's blood. It is your responsibility." The crowd replied, "His blood be on us and our children." Pilate released Barabbas and handed over Jesus to be flogged and crucified.